I'll start it. Welcome back to I Am Athlete Daily, and I am your fill-in host for 10 seconds while Kayla Nicole Brown, please say Nicole, gets her earpiece in. We also have DJ Khalib all the way from the west side of north side. East side of Chicago. It's all the same. In the south suburbs. We have Guy McCarthy. We have Mike Sims Walker. Please say Skyman. Don't forget the Sky. And we also have, I'm not going to say Brown this week. We got Hollywood.
Here we go.
We're going to call you Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Here we go. Kayla, how are you doing? Your flight from LA was good. You landed. You know, there's a lot going on in public transportation. No, that's not public transportation. No, that's not.
Aviation.
It's aviation. Public transportation, I was like the trains, the buses.
Yeah, things on wheels.
You're here.
Yeah, I'm here safe and sound.
There you go.
Shout out to God.
Okay. We have a big day in sports. Not huge, but a big day, right? Like a lot of big topics, a few big topics. We're going to cover Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders in his camp, they're not participating in combine. Well, they're participating, but they're not throwing. Big difference, okay? Luka and LeBron, will they win the championship? Will they hoist up the trophy? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Mike Sims Walker, NAACP Awards, and also Drake and Jay-Z. Why are we talking about Drake and Jay-Z? Is Drake the GOAT? Is he the GOAT? KD's chiming in. There's so many people chiming in. It's a conversation. It's a conversation. And then also we got some Beyonce trivia. That was a good video you guys did last week on the Beyonce trivia. That was really good.
You know, she's really good. We're really good.
There you go.
Makes sense.
Okay. B, you good? You're out all the way out in Connecticut. How are you doing? Our resident white guy.
I'm doing great.
I can't hear him.
You fit right in with the hat backwards. You feel me? Yeah, baby, with the hoodie on, boy. Let's go.
Let's go.
What we got going on,
Hey,
B?
morning.
Give us an update. He put the hoodie on.
Good morning.
All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. All right. So as B mentioned, the NFL Scouting Combine this week from Indianapolis. Two former teammates are the talk of the event. B just mentioned it. Shedeur Sanders not going to work out at the Combine, though he will still meet with NFL teams. Meanwhile, two-way superstar Travis Hunter is officially designated as a defensive back, but that does not mean he can't participate in receiver workouts, and I'm sure he will. So Hunter is the top prospect in this draft. So I want to start with Hunter. Yeah, there you go, B. Let's start with Hunter because I know, Mike, you wanted to talk about this. Looking at this from the athlete's perspective, Mike, would you be cool with doing both cornerback and receiver drills this week if you were Travis Hunter?
Absolutely, I would. There's a guy that played for the Patriots named Troy Brown.
Stop.
Oh, my God.
Stop.
Here we go.
Interrupt. Hold on. I just got goosebumps thinking about this. No, I'm setting you up. This is good. You're going to respect
your combine
it.
Story?
No, flowers.
Okay.
Hold on. Mike, Mike posted during the football season a clip from ESPN, and I reposted it, where there was only 4 players in the history of the NCAA that went both ways and did something legendary. So while we're talking about this topic, we're actually talking to an expert. This dude did it.
Oh, wow.
He did it.
Really?
He did it. So we got to tee him up first before we get into your take. Tell the people, bro.
I think since Travis Hunter caught like 3 interceptions, like 5 touchdowns, he was I was like the 3rd player. He was the 4th player to do it since I did it.
Oh, wow.
To have like over 4 interceptions and 4 touchdowns in the same season in college.
Clap it up for Mike. Yeah, give my dog some flowers. It's legendary. So I'm sorry to cut you off, but I want to give you your flowers, and we don't have flowers, but we're going to.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go.
It.
All right, can you tee him up again, please, Brian?
Yeah, get me right, B.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Get him right. Here we go.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start with Hunter, Mike. Looking at this from the athlete's perspective, would you be cool with doing both cornerback and receiver drills this week if you were Hunter?
If I was Hunter, absolutely. I'm doing both. Like, there's a guy named Troy Brown. He played for the Patriots. In 2004, he had 17 receptions on offense, but he had 3 picks on defense. He was second on the team in interceptions. All right. At the beginning, it was an emergency role, but then he did so well that he showed his versatility. It became one of his prominent roles. And if Troy Brown can do it, I don't know about y'all, but Travis Hunter is one of the most athletic guys I've ever seen play the game of football. He does it effortlessly, right? So if I was Travis Hunter, which I was kind of Travis Hunter back in my playing days, I would do both, especially not so much all the wide receiver drills. I definitely want to do the routes, right? I definitely want to do the routes. All the other drills are pretty much the same, receiver, cornerback, but the routes are important. The gauntlet would be important. The deep ball drill would be important because the scouts want to see you run routes, all right? In the NFL, you have to be a route runner, all right? All that, the speed is cool. The ball skills is great, but you got to be able to get open. Like, it ain't just going to be no, you know what I mean, just relying on just straight athleticism in the NFL, bro. You got to be able to be shifty. You got to be able to get in and out of breaks, and that's important as a receiver. And I think Travis Hunter got to just run the routes alone. Yeah.
So, Mike, are you like this takes me back to the conversation between Richard Sherman and the guys on his podcast when he said Travis Hunter as a wide receiver is just like, he basically called him like, all right, but he said he should focus at DB. Right, so now looking back on that conversation, was Richard Sherman right? Because, you know, I'm expecting Travis Hunter to come in and do everything. That's what he did all year or the last couple of years, going both ways.
Bro, 3 catches and like 1,200 yards and like 14 touchdowns ain't all right.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah. Those are numbers we was going third round with, bro. Right. Just on offensive alone. Right. Second round, third round, that's not all right.
Right.
All right, let's not just undermine what this man has done on offense. Now, is he probably the best route runner in the NCAA? Probably not. Okay. Right? But his athleticism makes up for all the lack that he does have on offense. And maybe that's just because of experience also.
Right.
So 1,200 yards ain't all right. I don't care what league you in, bro. So I don't agree with Richard Sherman right there. Now, he probably got some polishing to do because I did watch Colorado a lot, right? But he's a freak, bro. Yeah. And he can play both sides of the ball. Now, he probably can't play 30 snaps a game.
Right? I want what they sold me.
Exactly.
I want what they sold me. For the last couple years, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and that whole world sold me that he can do it. He can play both ways. Not what Deion did, not what you did. I'm playing offense full time, and then I got a little package on defense, or I'm playing defense full time and I got a little package on offense. No, I want to see what he did, right? All year, the last couple years, going both ways.
Nah, B.
70 snaps on offense, 65 snaps on defense. That's what I want to see. That's what was sold to me. So now when you think about the combine, I want to see that. I want to see him do all the wide receiver drills and defense and the defensive drills, DB drills. That's what I want to see because it was sold to us, was it not?
It was in a sense, but I don't like the word sold. All right, it was displayed that he's capable. Right?
You're saying they were selling dreams.
So no, it was the narrative. That was it. But no, he can do it. Just because y'all haven't seen it before.
See, it's a difference between doing it and being effective at doing it. Right? Now, I ain't saying that he can't go out there and go play both ways, but I don't know how much effective he would be doing that in the NFL versus college.
Hold on. So what's the difference between college and the NFL?
Okay, the difference is I ain't playing.
Because when I got to the league, I was like, oh, this is the league?
Oh, you
I ain't playing Colorado State cornerbacks.
It wasn't that.
This week I'm playing. Overrated. I got to go out there and have Jalen Ramsey guard me on offense, and then come right back around and guard Tyreek Hill on defense. That's not gonna help, bro. That's not gonna work, bro. And you know that's not gonna work. How?
Conditioning.
No, it's not even about conditioning, bro. No, you're talking about the best corner in the world on the earth. You're talking about one of the best receivers on earth for 160 snaps a game is not finna happen, bro.
Right. I want to see. I think he has an opportunity to do it, but I do think, being, I'll throw it back to you, I do think we should revisit the Richard Sherman conversation because Richard, he had to, cool it down a little bit on his comments, but the reality is, Travis Hunter, and this is not a knock at him because what you're saying, it's true. We've never seen it before. But the reality is, if you had to pick, defensive back is where he can become a Hall of Famer. Potentially, he can be an all-pro. His knack for the ball, like his ball skills is unbelievable. At the wide receiver position, it's not that he's not great, but man, like nowadays, you can throw a receiver in there and they can go for 1,200, go for 1,300. It's easier to produce at wide receiver than it was when we got in the league.
I don't even know if it's easier for sure, because back then when we played, bro, it was just 1 and 2 receiver.
Yeah.
You got your number 1 dog and you got a number 2 receiver. 3 ain't get that much love back then.
Right.
Now third receivers right now going for 800-900
Yeah,
yards, bro, easily,
yeah.
like nothing. Right? So now I can see Travis going out there, and back then the 3 receiver probably was getting 30-40 snaps a game. Right. It was running 21 Tigers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, bro, Travis Hunter can easily go out there in a 11 personnel package for 30 plays and be very effective on offense and still play 60, 70 snaps on defense. I can easily see that.
There you go. Like if I'm a general manager, Brian, here's what I'm doing. All right. Obviously, he said it, right? Going to the combine as a defensive back.
Right.
Okay. That's what he's classified as. So if I'm a general manager, I'm drafting him as a defensive back, and you're taking all snaps. And then on first down, I'm bringing you in on packages, especially the first quarter, right? We're going to get a feel for how people are playing us in 11 personnel, in 10 personnel, all third down. I need you on third down, and I need you in the red zone. That's how I'm playing him on offense, right?
And another thing too, though, like and what we take for granted is Travis Hunter don't need to be the best route runner because he's so good with the ball in his hands, bro. Like I can just throw him a smoke screen, right?
Yeah. And
get the O-line out in front of him, get some receivers and blocking, and he gonna make it happen that way, right? So it ain't so much down the field bombing somebody up. He don't got to be the best route runner because he's so special. He turns almost into a running back when he catches the ball.
Right. I'm gonna do this right here because I'm tired of just sitting here and just like people just not chiming in and jumping in.
Okay.
Guy McCarthy.
Oh,
like this is your field.
Ooh,
like
it's a
high
moment
school,
right here, Guy.
college. Like, what do you think? You sitting over here just looking at us. What you think?
I agree with what you're saying. That's why.
Me too, guy. Me too, guy.
Wow.
I second that.
Yeah, he can't do both the whole game, but he could live on the defensive side and have the packages for offense when time being, like on third downs, red zone when it's time to make a play. But I do agree with you, surprisingly.
Right. Surprisingly.
Usually I don't agree much.
Do you agree with me a lot, Guy?
I do.
You do agree with my takes?
I tend to take your side more
Okay.
than
That's
Brandon,
kind of,
so.
I think that's the norm anyways. I try to be the more realistic guy here.
All right, so B, can we go to Shedeur and Dion? What's going on there?
So I do believe, I don't think B is here currently. I sent him a text message. But before we get there, we actually have some breaking news. So relating to the Dallas Cowboys, Executive VP and Jerry Jones' son, Stephen Jones, told the Dallas Morning News that they are looking to draft a QB in this draft. The Cowboys owed the 12th overall pick in the draft, but Jones said he didn't know when Dallas would go after a QB.
Why is that breaking news first? That's not news. That's not breaking news. It should be barely news. We're at a point now where we don't care about what's happening in Dallas.
Oh my God.
If they actually draft a quarterback, it would be another miss, right? Like you can't do that at 12, right? First off, there's Shedeur and Cam's gone. So why would you draft someone that high that you could potentially get in the second or third round? If they're saying they're going to use a 12th pick for that.
No, I don't.
If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I got to replace some of my guys. Like, I just lost my all-pro guard. I got to replace that, right? I gotta find someone potentially put on the other side of Michael Parsons. I gotta find a running back. I gotta bring in a cornerback, right? Because now you got Diggs, Trayvon, who's down, right? Like we probably won't see him this year. He probably should sit down a year and just recover. That would be a bad move if the Dallas Cowboys draft a quarterback.
Mike?
Very bad. But you just named every position that they need to draft except for the receiver position. CeeDee Lamb needs some help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, okay. I mean, it's only so much the man could do, right? Like, he ain't got nobody else. I mean, Brandon Cook he's easily getting up there in age, right? He's already undersized. as a receiver. Now he's been effective for the most part, but CeeDee Lamb needs some help to go with Dak. Not only CeeDee Lamb, Dak need help because he's getting all the slander. But bro, outside of CeeDee Lamb, name another player on that offense that's doing something.
Yeah, from
the backfield to the tight ends to the receiver core. It's just CeeDee Lamb, and we just keep blaming Dak, and we're not putting nobody around Dak to help him out, bro.
I think the priority should be at the running back position, and you had Saquon Barkley and King Henry, change the narrative a little bit around the running back position. When Dak Prescott was at his best, he had a tight end that was his safe haven, and he also had a run game, right? And that will help CD as well. Like, I don't think you need to go get a dog receiver. Would I help? Absolutely. I think the priority should be at the running back position. Genty, who was up for Heisman. Yeah.
We agreeing on something. I was just going to say they need to go get Genty out of the draft and go sign a free agent receiver, right? Because you still almost can't rely on the rookies all the time, right? Sometimes they don't pan out. Go get you a free agent guy, somebody who's been solid and consistent for the last 3-4 years probably, out of free agency as a receiver to help CD, all right, and then get Genty out of the draft. I think that'll be the greatest. That'll be the best thing for Dallas right now.
There you go.
Man, but at the end of the day,
they're not saying that.
When the kids are tucked in bed, as long as Jerry Jones is in that office, nothing's gonna change.
Oof. Oh, Jerry. Jerry seems
I
so
don't know.
I agree with him.
I do agree with you. I agree just based off the head coaching move, the Brian Schottenheimer. That's like set the stage. All right, for that's like the Jerry effect. He can't get out his own way, right? And we can sit up here and tell him who they should draft and what they need and all that, but Jerry got to get out the way, bro.
Yeah.
All right, that's one thing about these owners. It's like a control problem.
Yeah.
You feel
if
me?
You're Dak, are you offended?
It's like a power struggle.
Are you offended by him saying this? If you're Dak.
If you're Dak Prescott, you're definitely offended because they, record-breaking deal. They invest that heavily in you. You invest that heavily in them, and they're talking about drafting a quarterback. If I'm Dak Prescott, I'm looking at this thing, and I'm looking at the offensive line woes. I'm looking at Jerry Jones, right? To your point, guy, like, bro, you could have got King Henry. Derrick Henry was there. He was available. I think he wanted to go to Dallas. He trains with Sanders. Is Sanders fit in Dallas, which is Dak Prescott's guy? Like, they pretty much train together sometimes, right? In Dallas. He has a house in Dallas. Why wouldn't you make that move, Jerry? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. So if I'm Dak Prescott, Kayla, I'm looking at, like, damn, all right, you could have made that move, you didn't. You could have did that, but you didn't, right? So it's more of a team problem than it is a Dak problem.
If I'm Dak, I'm not worried. I have contract security. I have contract security, and I think Cooper Rush is probably out of here. If not, they probably worried about a backup because Dak have been getting hurt, right? So I don't think it's a Dak thing that they trying to draft a quarterback. I doubt they draft a quarterback in the first round.
I don't think Dak was hurt.
That'd be outrageous if they do. If they do that, then Jerry got to go for real. If they draft a quarterback in the first round, Jerry got to go. But I think
Jerry got to go.
He got to go, bro. He got to go.
Owner out of here.
I think he got to go.
Trade the owner.
He got to go. At 80 years old, do you think you could really run a football team? Like,
he can run his mouth though.
80 years old, I'm thinking about, like,
Jerry can talk.
Damn, did I like wash my drawers? Like, I'm thinking that I'm supposed to run a football team at 80 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie, Trump
for
run
real.
the country.
Dak got contract security. I don't think
right.
Dak is worried about that, bro. He's scrapped. No matter what they do, no matter who they draft.
Dak wants to win. Dak's at a point of his career now where he's made the money. Is this year 10? Can you look at that up for me? What year is this for Dak Prescott? The money's phenomenal.
Right.
And that's a check mark next to that. Now it's about winning, right? Like you heard the comments. He's like, oh, we're up next. It's our turn. You're seeing Jalen Hurts come in and have this type of success, right? And he hears it. Dak is very poised, stealth in a lot of ways.
Yes,
Yes, his 10th year. But just because he's like that and he doesn't really show much emotion doesn't mean that he doesn't hear it and it doesn't get to him. So as a competitor, Dak has to be sitting here like, no, I gotta figure this out. Even if Dak should be looking at it in the same lens they are. Dak should be looking at like, if they don't make the right moves, maybe I should look elsewhere, right? Because it's his legacy.
Yeah.
I was just finna say that. Like, I think it's finna backfire on these people in a minute. Like, it ain't no help over there, bro. Like, let's be real here. It ain't no help outside of CeeDee Lamb. They got rid of all the tight ends from the year before. They let the Wilson kid go to Miami. I think he went to Miami. Bro, ain't no help. And so now, and Jerry keep stepping on toes and not letting people do their job, I think it's finna backfire him soon, and he ain't finna have no quarterback.
Right.
Because Dak got all the leverage right now. My contract says I ain't going nowhere. I'm guaranteed $60 million. Or you're not finna take that type of cap hit. You ain't gonna better pay nobody anyways. Right? So you gotta help me out then. We can't go out here. You can't get rid of me. All right, so what you need to do is help me out, or I'm finna want to leave. Right? And he's been humble his whole career. Dak ain't never caused no problems in the media or nothing. But I can see that happen if they don't do the right thing this year.
100%. That would be uncomfortable for Dak, right? Because that's not who he is, right? But I think he needs to potentially, explore that. Because it's your legacy, man. Like, at the end of the day, he cares about ball. He loves it. You can see how he approaches the business. You can see how he approaches play. And you got to think about that, bro, because you're going to be 50, 60 years of age, and you're going to be sitting there and people still going to be talking about, man, Dak this, Dak that. So you got to look at it. You know who else? You know who isn't uncomfortable?
Shedeur.
Yeah, you like that. You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
Predictable.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Why isn't Shedeur and Dion uncomfortable, Brian?
Well, Shedeur is not working out at the combine, but he is going to meet with teams while he's there. So, actually, Mike Tannenbaum, my former colleague at ESPN, I know you know him very well with the Jets. He once told me that the combine really only counts for the players that they're looking for in the the round 3 to round 6, like somewhere in that round, but they're looking for those first and second round picks that slide into the middle rounds, right? So guys like Shedeur and Cam Ward and these other guys, Travis Hunter, they're going to go in the first round. So I don't think it's a big deal that he's not working out the combine. What do you think?
It's not a big deal, but the media is going to make it a big deal when it comes to Shedeur not participating at the combine. They're going to make it a big deal because the only knock on Shedeur, the only thing that he can say, about him, why they shouldn't draft him, why he's not going to be good, is all the distraction stuff, right? This isn't a distraction. All you got to do is look back at some of the comps before Shedeur. Joe Burrow, Andrew Luck, Matthew Stafford, Darnold, Kyler Murray, Bryce Young. Those are guys that said, you know what, this isn't for me. And why did they say that? They weren't trying to be prima donnas. And that's what the media is going to lead you to believe, that, oh, he's doing this because he's a prima donna. No, he's doing it, and he's doing it for the same reason why those other guys did it. And it's like, I never threw to these guys before. This is the biggest interview of my life. I'm battling with one of my homies, Cam Ward, who I like, but at the end of the day, I think I'm better. I want to go number 1 overall to the Tennessee Titans. So why am I going to go out there with all these receivers that are good, that could become legendary, but I never threw to them, so my timing is off? No, I'd rather wait, just like Andrew Luck did, and say, no, you come to my school on my ground with my guys where we have time, and you're going to see exactly who I am. And then also you can just turn on the tape, right? So I love this move for Shedeur. And, man, this is Dion's son, right? Like, there's a lot of people that's will be uncomfortable doing this. They should do it. But Dion is disruptive. Dion, even what he's doing in college sports, is disruptive. And sometimes you got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And Shedeur seems to do that just seamlessly.
Right now, the combine do not help Shedeur at all. Right? There's nothing for Shedeur to accomplish at the combine right now. I mean, just watch the tape, right? And like Brandon said, great point. I'm not finna just be out here throwing this ball to know anybody that I'm not comfortable with, I don't got no kind of rhythm with, right? Because then that's going to make me look bad. Yep. And the only thing right now the combine can do is make Shedeur look bad. All right, so, okay, Shedeur, you're going to go do your interviews because that's important. They want to see your personality. They want to grill you. All right, go get your doctor's visits. Go get pulled on and prodded on and all that stuff, right? And then go around there and be a good teammate. Go be a leader. Right. All right, they will go in there when they throw in and when the receivers go show them that you're a leader. Right. You know what I mean? Because the media portrays you as this cocky guy with his wrist up, showing AP watches and all that. Go in there and show them. Go motivate those guys that's out there doing the drills. Don't not be in there. Go in there and go be a leader. Go egg on the quarterbacks. Right. Lead the group. Break the huddle up. Do that little thing. That's what they need to see, so the media can get off your back.
Listen, man. Shedeur. Well, let me say it this way. I'm excited to track Shedeur and Cam Ward over the next 10 years. I think this is going to be one of the most legendary, rivalries that the game has seen. There's always these pairing of these quarterbacks, right? Like, all right, these guys was drafted the same year. Who's going to pan out? Who's not? Right? Who won? Who didn't? Patrick Mahomes and guys like that. They still look at like, damn, like, yeah, you didn't draft me, Chicago. You could have had me. So I'm excited to watch this. And like I said last week, and I'll continue to say it, if I'm the Tennessee Titans, I'm probably leaning towards Shedeur, and that's hard. That's hard, but I'm probably leaning to Shedeur.
Before we talk about who's going to get drafted first, you know what thing I like? I love their relationship, right? Because a lot of people going to look at it and you see they bantering back and forth and all that. And a lot of people go like, dang, they like hate each other. But I see it as competition, right? I see it as making each other better. You know what I mean?
Think that? You think
like,
they hate each other?
No, I know y'all been seeing the clips on Instagram when they out working out together and they talking, oh, you just do check downs all day. You know what I mean? You got the completion percentage record, but you just do check downs your whole career. And, they going back and forth. Oh, you can't do this. I'm better than you at that. And that's just competition to me, right? I love that. That's when people playing the same position, making each other better. Yeah. Right? And I think that is what gives those boys that edge. That's why they are who they are in this draft, because look how they compete against each other. It's not, oh, that's my dog, don't worry about it. No, bro, you better than that. I'm better than you in that. You know what I mean? Like, I just see that's competition. A lot of people gonna see it as hate or jealousy, but that's like the ultimate competition right there. I love that relationship for
100%. Sure. It's interesting to me that this stuff started to come out like a couple years ago, and that's Peyton Manning and Tom Brady secretly training together in the off season. It's like, why y'all had to secretly do that? You know what I'm saying? But think about that. They were sitting there sharing, little tricks and trades to the game, and I love seeing them do it publicly, Cam and Shedeur. I think it needs to happen more.
Definitely.
It happens at the receiver position. It happens at the defensive end position. It happens at the tight end position, right? I like seeing this happen publicly at the quarterback position.
Well, speaking of big trades, Brian, I know we going into some Laker talk next. What else we got on the agenda?
Yeah, definitely. This is I Am Athlete presented by Vivid Seats. So I know, Kayla, you'll love talking about this subject. Laker fans finally got the Luka they expected when they traded for him earlier this month. 32 points in a win over the Nuggets this weekend. LeBron talked about after the game why he thinks him and Luka fit so well together. Take a listen to this.
Natural born wide receiver. He's a natural born quarterback, so it fits perfectly. I've been running the floor and running lanes pretty much my whole life, and he's been throwing great passes pretty much his whole life. So it's not hard to get a rhythm when it comes to that. It's just all about eye contact and him being the great quarterback like he is, and me being the recipient of it.
So B, I mean, you just heard it yourself with the football analogy.
Look at his face, disgruntled. LeBron says
I'm digesting like what he said. I'm like, is it true or not? Because you can't believe everything.
Let me break it down for y'all.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go, Mike. No, go, Mike.
Let me break it down for y'all real quick. It's a thing in basketball, especially like at the guard position. They call it playing on the ball and playing off the ball. Right. LeBron has been playing on the ball in LA, right? But he's played off the ball throughout his career, right?
True.
He has played off the ball. LeBron ain't always ran the point guard.
That's not true.
That's very true.
That's not
LeBron
true,
has
bro.
not played on the ball his whole career. I guarantee
Even when
you
he
that.
had Kyrie, he was.
No, Kyrie was the point bringing the ball up.
He was the point, but
yes, but he's played off the ball. Luka has never played off the ball. Luka has even with Kyrie, Luka has not played off the ball.
Yeah.
Luka plays on the ball. LeBron is versatile enough and old enough and a vet enough to play off the ball.
Yeah.
So that analogy really is saying that I'm gonna let Luka run the show, right? I could play off the ball. I could do it all, right? Let Luka be that guy because he's been that guy his whole career, right? Luka's been coming off the pick and roll, right? Not so much LeBron has. Luka's better at coming off the pick and roll than LeBron, right? And let LeBron facilitate, cut to the basket, sit in the corner sometimes, and let that work out. I think that's what LeBron is saying.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is one of the biggest. Well, this is the biggest storyline in the NBA right now, right? Like, I go to ESPN.com, and on the right side of the page, you have top headlines, and Popovich to even Dirk and Joel Embiid. These things have been sitting there for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. There's no news in the NBA, right? And we've been talking about this as fans, right? Like, what does the NBA need to do to make it better? And so when I think about the Lakers, this is one of the things I'm paying attention to. It's like, can they get it done? So if you go to the standings right now and you go to the Western Conference,
we're number 3. We're number 3.
No, 4. A couple days ago it was 3, and then it dropped down to 5, and now they're at 4.
We're number 3.
So they're not far off. So who they really need to see is OKC. Okay. There you go. Oh, wow, look at the graphics team throwing it up. Y'all got me on ESPN.com when I should be at IamAthleteTV.com. We got this. Look at this.
Oh, please.
Okay, there they go. So it's updated too. So here you go right here, which is interesting to me. This is how bad, let me see. This is how bad the NBA is right now, right? Like the top 10 gets you into the play-in. And if you go to the Eastern, which we don't have the Eastern, I know we're talking about the Lakers right now, but you have
teams,
can we celebrate the Lakers? You got the Chicago Bulls, you got the Atlanta Hawks. How bad the NBA is right now. Miami Heat have losing records and still in it. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's how it's been the past about 4 or 5 years. You can be under 500 and make the Miami Heat was 8 and went to the finals 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
they was the 8th seed and made it to the finals.
That's right.
So does the record really matter?
So Mike, let me ask you this question. Do you see the Lakers? Can you see it? You're a basketball guy. You understand the matchups. You really understand it. You understand it at that level. Can you see the Lakers in the finals this year?
Oof. I can't see it. The only reason I can't see it is because they're in the West. I don't see them beating OKC in a 7-game series. I don't see them beating Denver in a 7-game series. I just don't see it. I know they just beat the Nuggets the other day by 20, right? But JJ Redick said he didn't sleep for 2 days just to prepare for that game.
And it worked.
Yeah. So he gonna sleep for what? He ain't gonna sleep for 2 weeks then when the playoffs come around? Like, I just can't see it in a 7-game series. Right, consistently beating those type of teams, I don't see it.
Right.
Is it fair to say that LeBron needs to become a true sidekick for the first time in his career?
That's not even. I don't even think that's a question. I think that's what makes LeBron great. LeBron, not just most players, it takes them like seasons or phases in their career to say, oh, now I got to evolve here. I got to change this. I got to pull back there. LeBron does it like night in and night out. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, who do I need to distribute to? Do I need to take the lead? LeBron is that. Exactly. That's why I was looking like that at the beginning when he was talking, because I felt like he's always been a distributor of the basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you broke it down, but I'm like, no, he talking about he's a natural receiver. No, he came in as the quarterback. That's how I feel.
He did for sure.
But I'm not. That's
down his career though.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, from I don't look at LeBron as the wide receiver. I look at LeBron as the quarterback, but I know LeBron can play quarterback, He can play wide receiver.
Exactly.
He can play tight end.
For us to be
and dominate and accept it.
For us to be
Most
successful and make it to the finals,
Yes.
he's going to need to take a back seat and let Luka run this team.
I don't like the word backseat.
Backseat,
I don't like
backseat, get in the back.
I think
Get in the back.
I think he's on a passenger.
Get in the back seat.
Kayla, I think he's in the
No,
passenger
let
seat.
his 40-year-old self get in the
I don't like
back.
backseat. I think he's in the passenger
You
seat.
know when you got a Maybach, you got a driver, right?
Right?
Luka's the driver, and Bron is in the back,
No,
rapping, messing up lyrics.
No.
Yes.
No,
Hold
on. Let's do this.
And he's
So
okay
describe the
with
car.
it.
So describe the car. Like, what kind of car is it? Who's driving?
I
and
said
where
a
is everybody?
Maybach.
Go ahead.
That's
Break
it. It's
down.
just
No,
the Maybach.
everybody
You got
gonna go around.
you got the driver, and you got Bron in the back. And Luka is driving the car. That's what Bron is saying. He wants him to take over. This is your team.
Nah.
JJ has said the same thing too. We are all on the same page. I don't know what y'all trying to do to my team.
I think
but
they're in a black Escalade,
Okay.
mobbed out windows, tint, mobbed out.
Bron don't want to be in
They
the
got
front
a
no
driver.
more.
They got a driver.
Right.
tired.
And the dude got a suit on. Because sometimes if you Uber black or if you even call a car chauffeur, they don't always come with the suits on no more, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
so. They got that, and then you got both Luka and LeBron in the back seat.
Got you.
But
driving
watch
the
this.
car?
No, that's not it. Luka is sitting behind the passenger seat because I got more leg room. So that means you the guy.
Oh, okay. Nah,
Right,
I'm
LeBron.
Gonna throw a little Rich in there. Let me
Okay,
throw a little Rich in there.
okay.
I think they in a sprinter.
Okay, take me.
I think they in a sprinter. And
All right.
Luka and LeBron and then they asked JJ Redick to ride with him.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he ain't driving.
No, nobody's driving. Nobody's driving.
Yeah.
We're just
Nobody's
all on the
driving the
same
boat.
page, right? So, hey, I'm playing off y'all.
Right.
You feel me? Whatever y'all need me to do, I could do it. So,
Right.
Luka, you been running the point. You run the point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I need to trail, if I need to sit in the corner, if I need to pick and roll to the basket, I can do all that. I've done that my whole career. I've been able to adapt to the players around me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, Luka, just tell me what you comfortable with, and I can work off that.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
This is a dream come true for LeBron, right? When you think about the history that he's making at this age, this is the ideal situation for a player like this. When you're trying to extend your career, you're trying to extend your legacy, you're trying to get one more championship, you're trying to get one more record. It's like, Luka, lead the way, and I'm gonna play off of you, 100%. Luka probably has LeBron thinking about playing a couple more years. That's what LeBron's probably thinking. Like, if I can I probably was going to play one more year,
Right.
But man, we got Luka,
Yeah.
because this is how it was supposed to happen with AD.
Right.
Like AD was supposed to take the reins and be the guy, and Braun turn into that magic. Oh, all right, let me sit back. LeBron probably sitting here like, oh, finally. I just asked, like, what's gonna happen with Bronny? Can we get Bronny in the mix?
I think that Bronny can stay right where Bronny at.
Oh my goodness!
I don't think this year. I think Bronny will have a
Get too
nice little
crazy
role
now.
next year. He'll
Too
come
much
off the
dip
bench
on your
good
chip.
next year.
It's a process. It's a process. It's gonna be a process.
I can see him getting more comfortable throughout the season, though.
Okay, it's time to get some parlay picks presented to us by Vivid Picks. Kayla is going to give us her 4 best picks from around the NBA tonight.
All
What are the locks,
right,
Kayla?
we've got the Joker at Pacers.
Got Nikola Jokic
Okay, yeah.
at Pacers.
I'm
More
going
or
more.
less?
I'm going more.
More?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. More. He's averaging 29.7 points this season. Okay. More.
Okay.
That's my take. I was waiting for my graphic. Can I see my, thank you so much. Okay, we got Edwards.
Hold on, we're gonna
Thunder.
start it over again because it's gonna be a clip. You ready? All right, we're gonna do it again.
And a 3, a 2, a 1. Joker at Pacers. I'm gonna go more because he's averaging 29.7 points this season.
Pacers playing D though, Kayla. You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm absolutely.
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner at the rim. Yeah. But he's not somebody that can shut down the Joker. Okay. Next up, we've got Edwards at Thunder, and I'm gonna say he's gonna go more. He's gonna go more.
More than 26.
Okay, wait. Yeah, because he's averaging 27.7 right now. He
played-
thrives against big matchups. I'm gonna go more.
They played him last night, Kayla. This is a back-to-back, same team. He had 28, I think, last night.
It's gonna happen.
So I said more.
He gonna go 40 tonight. Then.
So you think he's
he
tired?
gonna go 40?
You think he doesn't have fresh legs?
I think he's going to go more because they lost at home. So they going back in OKC, back to back. They played OKC yesterday. So I like more. Good job,
thank you. So, thank you for the support.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next, we've got Tyrese Maxey versus the Bulls. I'm going to pick, is it less than, not the under?
Yeah, it's less.
Less.
You can literally see it right there. You asked for your graphic. It's right there. For
yes,
you.
less.
Start over.
Less.
Your graphic is right there.
I can't see that far. I need glasses.
Can we make it?
This for like the 2020 vision.
Yeah.
I can see clearly.
And I definitely can't see
I can
the white
see
writing.
clearly round the lane is gone.
No. It's less than, okay?
What is going on right now?
I'm going to go Maxey less than, okay? Embiid's still out. Who are they playing again? Chicago.
You can't see that far?
Well, the camera is right there as well. 30 point. Yeah, less. I have him going less than 30.5 points versus the Bulls.
Trey
Young versus the Heat.
The camera.
All right, let me go do it this way. This is Kayla's Parlay Picks, okay? Presented by Vivid Seats. Put the graphic back
Picks.
up. Vivid Picks.
Vivid
Oh, my
Picks.
goodness.
Vivid
Next,
Picks.
we come
Vivid
back to it.
Seats.
Vivid Picks. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, moving on. The 2025 NAACP Image Awards lit up the stage. Thing that I heard was Dave Chappelle's speech. I actually think we have the video here as well. Let's take a listen to it.
Work in this industry, feel strong and inspired and not discouraged, especially because this is a very difficult time right now. And your institution is sadly more relevant than it's been in a long time. We got a lot of work to do. But it feels good to know that we're not in it alone, that we got each other. And remember, community is everything. Shout out to everybody who lost their home or was displaced from their home even for a time. Everybody, look, don't ever be afraid to lean on each other. My father taught me a phrase that got me all the way to where I am today. He said, whenever you mess up or you feel like you can't get up, he said, you remember these words because they're magic words. And I said, what's the words, Dad? And he said, whoops. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. Thank you very much to the NAACP.
So what are we doing? Are we going to the parlay or are we going moving over this? Okay, perfect. Okay, so who was it in the NFL for you that held you accountable, but at the same time was also a shoulder that you could lean on? Because consider what Dave Chappelle just said, right?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's really the entire league.
Okay.
Right, so I'll name some specific people that helped me accountable that I also was able to lean on. So what I hear you saying is someone that was like, yo, you're not moving right, and then at the same time, you're like, yo, let's go get some dinner, right? So they were able to lead with love. So like guys like Rod Smith was the one. You know, Rod Smith really was the guy that took me under his wing early. And then I had guys like Ray Lewis would hit me up, you know, when he saw me moving weird the first couple years. Michael Irvin even came to Colorado and sat with me. Now, we went to a strip club. That wasn't smart. Like, why we at a strip club, Mike? But no, Dawkins brought that. I just gotta keep 100. I was like, that was the first. I was like, oh shoot, this is Michael Irvin, and forget the name of the strip club in Denver. But yeah, we were there.
Sounds about white.
That was back in the days. But so there was a lot of guys there. But the league really, it's a fraternity. And so even when you're moving around, whether it's in the off season or if you're going to the big events like the Super Bowl or Pro Bowl, and if you're doing well, if you're not, a vet will pull you this time like, yo, I like how you move. Or they say, yo, like, have you thought about it this way? It really is a fraternity. But before, Mike, you chime in there, Chappelle, man, big fan of Chappelle. Mm-hmm. Like, we really have to listen to what he's saying. I know a lot of people don't agree with his approach all the time, but, as a communicator, brilliant. And then he's not just up there just doing comedy. To me, it's bigger than comedy. Like, he's really on a mission. He has a message, and I just think he's one of the. I mean, I've been saying GOAT for the last couple of weeks, but we have to consider him as, the greatest of all time now. Like, it's just brilliant, man. I just love it. I don't know about you guys, but I think I love his specials, and I love whenever he speaks. So I'm not surprised that he's up there receiving that award.
When you think about mentors, back to the mentor thing, for me, when I got to the league, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really have like no real vet in my receiver room. So for me, it got to be guys that is a receiver coach from college named DJ McCarthy. That guy's been there since I met him, literally, like still to this day, I'll call and text at least twice a week, right? And that guy has been very, holding me accountable, right, for every action, not just on the field and off the field, right? That was the only guy that was allowed at my dad's wake. My dad had a closed casket, so he didn't have like a actual. So he was the only guy that was allowed at the wake, and he just popped up, right, because he knew I was going through it. So for me, it was DJ McCarthy at first, right? My first 2 years in the league, right? And he's still to this day like a father figure to me. But then my third year in the league, which is probably one of my best years in the league, I had Torrey Holt come, and that changed everything for me. Torrey Holt was on the back end of his career, but he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer in the next year or two. But he just taught me how to be a pro, right? He taught me how to work out. You know what I mean? He taught me how to maintenance, how to get a routine, right? To go out there and catch balls. Sometimes it ain't always full speed. Just do top of the routes. Right? Taught me how to use the jugs. You know what I mean? He just taught me so many little things that I never knew. I just knew how to work. I came from a militant college, right? So all we did was work. I'm talking about like military work, up, down, bear crawls, stuff like that. Right. So I had to get out of that mentality, right? And then I did, and it finally kind of took my career. I had the best year I ever had when Torrey got there.
Did the accountability that these mentors that you guys speak of, you also said that they held you accountable off the field too. Like, in what ways, like, did that, like, could y'all go to them and just be like, hey man, I'm having troubles at home, I can't balance this with the kids right now, or I can't balance this with the wife right now, whatever it may have you? Were those conversations that you could have with them too?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the dopest environments that you can ever be in. And I've been thinking through this the last couple of weeks. It's like how amazing it was to be in the NFL and what I miss about it. Because people ask me all the time, do you miss it? Do you want to go back and play? Or what? Like, man, tell me about it. And it's not the game. Like, actually, I look at the game now and I'm like, I can't believe I played the game, right? It's like, damn, like I actually did that. Right. To be running 20 miles per hour and getting smacked by a 300-pounder, running 15 miles per hour, whatever it is, these collisions, like, how the hell did I do that? But what I miss about it is what you're talking about, is the accountability, is the routine, is being around other like-minded people that are saying, let's go be great, right? And our great is, I want to make it to the Hall of Fame. I want to be an all-pro. I want that big contract. I want to be the best. I want to make a Super Bowl. Like, that was the hardest part of my transition, was that, like, I thought everybody thought that way, for real. And then transitioning back into society, that's how it is, right? When you think about players transition, that's what, for me, that was the biggest thing. It's like, people just want to be average, and they okay with that, right? Like, I just couldn't connect with people. Now I'm, over the last 2 years or so, I'm like learning how to connect with people. So that was a big deal for me. And there's a lot of accountability in the NFL. There's a lot of accountability being in that locker room. Yeah,
love that.
Off the field for me, Torrey. First,
before you go, sorry that I kind of lost that. Mike was actually a dude, right? So, like, and it's not always sweet. Legendary moment, actually, when things really shifted for me, is, so this is my brother, right? So we've been through everything together, like everything. When you're in college, you find your wife, you find your best friends, your best men in your wedding, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. So college is like everything, right? And so we playing together and also living together, we did everything together. So if we wake up at 8 a.m., it's like, yo, you up? Yeah. All right, come on, we're going to go to the calf. Then we driving together. It's not like separate cars. No, we're there. It was me, him, Andre Sumter, and there was we had a couple dudes in the fourth that would transition in and out, but Tay, our running back, but it was us three that was so close. And so, you know, I'm saying that because, you know, one day we're down here training, and this is like the start of all of this, House of Athlete, and I got the biggest crib, I got like, you know, the biggest contract at the wide receiver position in the history of the game. Crazy. And I got a theater, you know, I got everything on this property. And so Mike came down, you know, to train with me, and then like for a week straight, like I just was in the crib, like train and then go to the house. And he just kept saying, bro, like I've been down here this long and you haven't left the house once outside of just training. He's like, what's up? You changing? He just kept saying, I'm like, what you talking about, dog? Like, look at all of this. Why would I leave this? Go train. We get our work in, come to the crib, let's go play some NBA 2K. You know what I'm saying? Theater, want to watch movies. We got to shut. What else? I need to leave the crib, right? And then one day we out there training, we're going through drills. Never forget this, ladder drills. And the whole time, like how Cam Ward and Shedeur goes back and forth, that's playful. But think about that, but the other energy. And all he kept saying is, bro, you different. I don't know this, Brandon. I don't know this, Brandon. I don't know this, Brandon. I don't know this. This is Mike, right? And so we're going at it, but it made me reflect. I was like, what is he saying? Right? And then all of a sudden things just start crumbling down. And that's when I ended up, you know, in that outpatient program. And that's changed my life. But it started with that conversation as a brother, like that energy. I'm like, this is the closest dude to me. I did everything with this guy. And he telling me I'm not the same. He telling me I'm different. And I didn't get it until months later when
Mike,
I was going through the program.
Was different?
It was, I know Brandon, right? I know Brandon like nobody don't know Brandon like I do. It was just like I didn't see no quality of life. Like you got everything you could ask for. Yeah. Ain't no way in hell you just happy just sitting in his house all day.
You felt like he was secluding himself.
Yeah, it was just like all he thought about was football all day. It was the off season now, right? This is early in the off season. Yeah. Like this is when you go out and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like this is first time getting the real money. Yeah, you know what I mean? And bro, we just sitting in the house. We go to train and we just finding something to do in the house. Bro, let's get the hell out this house. I don't care how big it is. South Florida, and we in Miami. I don't care how big it is. I know you got a theater room, you got a pool. Let's go out and see the world. You know what I mean? Let's go enjoy this shit. Like not just here. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he just won't leave the house. Everything football. Yeah. Done training, he got some guys coming over here getting blood work, they come and get a massage. He's got a whole routine. Bro, we still got 6 more months to the season. Yeah. What are you doing, dog? So all right, you stay over here. I'm finna go. I'm finna go enjoy myself. My body beat up. I'm not finna sit here and keep getting it beat up some more. I'm finna go out here and have me a drink. It's okay to do that. Right. You know what I mean? Like in college we was doing that. We was outside. Yeah. And now all of a sudden you get all this money, you want to sit in the house. Like, bro, who are you? I don't know you. Yep. Like, what's wrong with you, dog? Like, it's okay to go out here and have and go to a restaurant. Yeah. Like, he want to grill steaks all day, every day. He eat steak every day. Yeah, right? He just keep trying to convince me that no, bro, this is not fun. Like, let's go have some fun too. We can work. But let's go have some fun. And I'm going to say it. He know I'm going to address the elephant in the room, bro. This ain't right.
Yeah, it took a long time. So
Kayla, who's been your mentor growing up, though?
Jeez, a mentor. That's hard. I think too, especially just being like in the entertainment space, I don't know that I have a mentor. I feel like I need one.
That's what I was going to ask now, like, because like I want to know that. I want to know both, but now who are you looking at like, yo, this person, I like how they move in, this is someone I can learn from, that I appreciate.
Do they have to be like my senior? Do they need to be older than me?
No.
What about your parents?
I mean, my parents are great. Love them down.
But not so much more mentorish?
I just don't think that they're experienced or familiar with the space that I'm working in. I mean, they could be my mentor from like just a personal character standpoint.
What about like an aunt or uncle?
No. Just me alone on an island.
Would you study I think the question is more entertainment, Mike. Mike going.
He's like,
a mentor don't always have to be in your work field either, though. Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, that's true though. That's true.
Yeah.
Not in my family, no. I mean, people that Taylor Rooks, I admire her career a lot. I think that she's doing her big one, absolutely, and she's really good at her job. Yeah. And people try to like diminish her craft and her skill because she's attractive, but like she's very intelligent, asks all the right questions, gets people to open up on things that you typically wouldn't be able to, and I feel like that's like a true mark of a good journalist.
Yeah, she's in her bag right now, and it's pretty cool seeing her. When I was in the league, you know, she was just covering like the New York teams and the Giants. So when I was playing for the Giants, she would come in there, and it was like local news. I don't know what the hell it was.
Like
maybe
FS1
it was,
or something.
It wasn't even FS1. Yeah, yes, that's what it was. Yeah, very good. So there's a couple. Even Josina Anderson. I mean, she's independent now, doing her own thing, building her own platform. But there's been a few black women that's come in and hustle. And I also think that's there is some privilege to come with a black woman in the locker room. And it's not a bad thing. I think that as players, when we see the Taylor Rooks walk in the locker room or the Josina Andersons, right, like just how we would walk in the locker room as an athlete, players gravitate to us and they want to open up. But traditional media, right, outlets, it's like they're more guarded, more protected. So when you see a sister walk into the locker room, it's like, no, I want to make sure she wins. So this whole conversation around Taylor, I think that Taylor is excellent and exceptional at what she does, and she works her tail off. Like her work ethic is insane. But then I also feel like, you know, we as brothers in the locker room, like, yo, we want to see her win.
Yeah, because it's so rare to see that. You know, like for one, it's hard to get in those NFL locker rooms. Like, I don't understand people. I don't know if people understand how hard it is to get in there. But then when you in there, and you know, it's just so random. We so used to it. It's just like, all right, come on, y'all, hurry up, let's get this out of the way. But when you see a sister walk in that locker room, it hit different. Like, she can get a one-on-one. She can get whatever you need. I got you.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And if you're not moving like that as a player, you're wrong.
Right, 100%.
You're wrong because it's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
It's
like
hard to get in there.
Players need to respect that. Like, yo, like I see it, and it's not just, you know. Sorry, Brian, not just you know, you're some white counterparts too, but you know, we got to protect our community, B.
Right.
Anyways,
I had a chance to talk to her actually back in Atlanta, and even just as what you said, her work ethic and stuff was amazing, right? It was nothing different. It was nothing crazy. It was pretty much just saying either pound the pavement, work, you know, connect,
That's
network, email, and everything. And that was just so refreshing to hear from somebody who is in that top spot. So with that being said, you are watching I Am Athlete Daily, presented to you by Vivid Seats. And now it's time for some Beyonce trivia. Beyonce trivia. I'm going to ask one question about Beyonce, and the first person to give the right answer on the YouTube chat will win a $100 gift card. Don't answer the question.
You can't answer.
Okay, don't.
Y'all can't answer the question. All right, y'all ready for the question? Chat, YouTube chat, y'all ready?
They ready.
What magazine cover did Beyonce make history with in 2007?
It's a little delay.
A little delay, okay. Because it was something that actually I didn't even realize. Can we get some Jeopardy? Can we use Jeopardy music?
And we about to do this and then land. Out. Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said Christy can't answer this time.
Do we have it?
No, we haven't gotten it yet.
That's kind of hard. Who picks these questions?
Ed Hardy, 757, got it correct. Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated.
It was actually, she was the first non-athlete and non-model to appear on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
I know, that's right. Oh my gosh, she looks great. Wow.
And that was back in 07. So Ed Hardy, can we get a round?
Hey, congrats, Ed Hardy.
Here we go.
Phenomenal woman.
So Ed Hardy, we're going to get you information and get you over that $100 Vivid Seats gift card. Don't forget to download the Vivid Seats app and go to the game center so you can play more Beyonce trivia.
All right, let's see if we're gonna land a plane here. We're out of here. Can we see? You want to do the parlay again, or are we done? You want to try it again? You quit?
Yikes! Well, y'all.
Here we go. Look. Here we go. Hey. That's I Am Athlete Daily. That was a big day today. Big topics. Luka and LeBron.
Yep.
Can the Lakers do it? Shedeur and Dion. Travis Hunter.
Right.
We talked about Cam Ward. right? These are things that we need to. We're in the season right now where we need to follow stories, not just.
Why do you keep attaching Dion to Shedeur name? That's over with.
That's his daddy.
No, it's not.
It'll never be over.
Daddy ball is done.
It'll never be over.
Attaching Dion to Shedeur. It's just
the bloodline is strong. Long live the North.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Oh, come on.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Anything's possible. We talking about practice.
Come see me. I'm about that.